Hello there. Today, yesterday I made a video about the eccentricities of love. Wanted to clarify, I'm trying to get into a normal, everyday vibe. Sort of, this is like a video journal that I share with the public. The video about love, I was trying to embody the qualities first and then also kind of mention the critical distinctions later. And I realize as I do these videos, it takes me a while to get somewhere that is extremely unique with my thoughts, and that's all right. I'm just realizing that I'm not gonna probably cater to anyone who needs a quick explanation of things or very focused subjects. I want to kind of embody a everyday conversational kind of vibe here, and I'm not here to teach you. Just share some of my unique thoughts, kind of work through my own frustrations with this reality, but also talk about what kind of world I want to make and kind of find the people who are on the same page. So now that that's out of the way, also love, like I used to be one of these pretty, what some might describe as against the grain. I myself didn't feel that way, but an against the grain individual. And that, in other words, I was the last person to be like, oh, talking about love, like that's some hippie stuff, man. Or maybe delusional, people who are delusional about love. And I was really just trying to explain how love, we have lots of negative associations with it because of the experiences of delusion or people not truly loving each other. There's the phenomena of your actions and your words don't align, and it's with most people, unfortunately. It's why I talk about the etymology of words in some of these videos. So I was really trying to clarify what is love really to me, and how it's going to vary for everyone, sort of like, because our purposes are very different. Our paths, destinations, and starting points are completely different. So what love is going to look like for one person is going to be extremely different than another person. Another person may not even be looking for love, right? They may have a different kind of like thing that keeps them ticking. But I do think that there's a stigma on love now, in a lot of ways, for a lot of people, because of the bad experiences of love. And I was really trying to clarify how love has a lot of sort of tags or labels attached with it that probably have nothing to do with the actual quality. And the quality, as I mentioned earlier, like a characteristic, the quality is not necessarily one. It's multi-characteristics of a lot of different things, and most words are like that. They don't just describe one thing. They're alluding to a meaning deeper than the word itself. And I don't think I said that very well in the last video. I kind of allude to poetic intention. For example, one day I realized that it is not the meaning behind the words, it's actually the words in front of the meaning. And someone might be like, well, what's the distinction there? It's just sharing with you that the meaning is consistent and always is what it is. And us, over time, are going to place different words in different time periods and different societies and making weird voicings with our mouths that don't make sense to anyone else except the culture that we're in. And I just don't think I voiced any of this well in the beginning of the last love video. So I thought I would clarify. Alright, now that that's done, I tried talking about vulnerability in a couple videos, and I've been finding it challenging just to stick to my own vulnerability about things that I would really like to look forward to. I'm pretty sad with my previous experiences. I've been looking for artists to basically create a production company with. I have my own recording studio for music. I've been playing music for 30 years. I've been in about like 10 bands, and every one of them just we didn't do the right steps to turning it into a profession. And I'm pretty discouraged about music in general because people are on Spotify now, and I'm not trying to make anyone feel bad for it, but I never was into it. This idea of paying a platform that doesn't pay its artists nearly, like they take the majority of it, even though the artists are the one, like, fun, like, without them, the platform doesn't exist, right? They should be getting the most money. It seems to me even worse than when we had record companies. And yet everyone decides, hey, let's support this streaming platform, not the artists. I didn't even like Bandcamp. It's not that I hated the platform or the people behind it. I come kind of old school from the days of CD stores and record stores, which a lot of them have shut down now because a lot of people are not willing to pay for music, at least not the records. But I also can't blame people because I myself, I haven't been buying them as much as I used to because my inflation has gone up so much and the price of living has gone up so much, and I haven't made any money off of my own music. I don't even know if I want to keep doing this. I've been doing music for 30 years and I haven't been able to find the artists that I aligned with. You know, Radiohead, they've met each other in an Oxford college and they've been together, 30 plus, almost 40 years, and became one of the biggest bands in the world, and ended up becoming independent after that, after they realized that their record label was just not good for them at all, having signed to a major record label. I haven't had that story at all. Like, me trying to find the right musicians to work with me has been like pulling teeth, and every time I've been in musicians, like in a band, I felt like I had to sort of sell a piece of my soul to continue. I've never been, what someone might describe as like a sellout person. And whatever that means. There's a lot of different meanings that come with that. But I felt like that's what was happening every time I tried to join a band. And what that means is they would prioritize their core ideals and push mine out, or they wouldn't listen to them. And I'm just frustrated because here I spent 30 years of my life playing music, saving up for all this music gear. I have a bunch of it now. I have my own recording studio. I have a friend who really helped me out, buy all this gear that was inexpensive to make this happen. And I was hoping he would be my sound engineer, but he was really just trying to teach me to be my own sound engineer. And honestly, all this work by myself, it is overwhelming. To be getting this much older and not having the drive and steam and fire I used to. But that's okay. I'm more peaceful now than I ever have been. That's something I might appreciate way more than the fire and drive I used to have. But I'll tell you, a lot of these videos will talk about programming and the weird behaviors of our society, what some might call human characteristics, but I think as a lot of it's programming, not necessarily human traits. I've had a lot of weird experiences with people. What is weird about them? I talk about hierarchy so much, and I've mentioned this in other videos. It's only a matter of time before someone tries to dominate this space, sort of like they want to feel greater than everyone else, including me. And it's like an overcompensation thing. I can't act like I don't understand that, or I haven't tried to do that. I have been demeaned so many different ways over these years by my own friends and family, whether they saw it or not, or my voice had been ignored so many times. It just didn't feel good to be around people. And I really thought I loved people growing up, and I think I still do. I just don't want to be in these exchanges with anyone who actively ignores my individuality for the sake of sort of typical behavior or programming. And what is typical behavior? Like wanting to feel like you're greater than other people. I don't believe in stars. Stars as in celebrities. I'm okay with people kind of rising in through merit, you know. And why don't I believe in that? Because what are the stars really? The stars are in space. And when we call a celebrity a star, we are saying that they are better than other people. And I don't want to demean other people and treat them like they're less important. Now, I understand some people have developed a code of ethics or a system of merit or a craftsmanship of their trade or professions. And I'm not taking that away from anyone who's honestly done that. But this notion of hierarchy, stars, like people are more special than others, I just don't believe in that anymore. Not that I ever really did. And that's not necessarily what I wanted to do when I wanted to play music. This is also why I have kind of a problem with advertisements or the idea that money is the proof that something is valuable. What we have here is a system that has become very invasive on our souls. And we have created a world, a society where the people who talk the loudest and wave their arms the most and get the most attention or are the most popular, over those many people who have been ostracized, who probably are actually more likely to show you the problems that might arise with the so-called leaders, you know, and what is being ignored within that conventions of groups. Anyway, I hope this is all making sense. I'm attempting to be vulnerable in the way that, yes, I am frustrated. Yes, I'm sad. There is probably a little bit of anger and maybe even resentment with feeling like I've been ignored for most of my life. But I'm also accepting that I'm the one, well, I am the one who chose to be with these people, but I've tried a lot of different people. It's not like, this is the other thing about law of attraction that's kind of weird to me. People say you attract bad things in your life if you have some sort of frequency of bad things in your life, like badness in you. What if most of the world is unhealthy, though, and doesn't know how to have healthy relationships? What if most of them would rather see themselves as stars and celebrities, or sort of the bigger thing in society, and that's unhealthy? That's been my experience with talking with a lot of different people. And don't get me wrong, I've met some wonderful people too. We just didn't align with our purposes. Most people don't want to be artists um, as a profession or make music as a profession. And even when you find such people, they may not be the same kind of artist or the same kind of musician that you want to be, right? That's very unlikely. It's difficult. Well, it doesn't have to be difficult. It has been for me, and I'm really hoping to change that. And that's the purpose of this channel, is for me to just kind of work through my own difficulties with a lens of hope and share with you. Maybe find some like-minded people. I'm not here to debate with anyone, and I'm not looking for differences. I'm looking for common interests. So anyway, that's my thoughts for today right now. Have a lovely day.